Ну, должны, я там Марина написала, сейчас проверю. Да.
Dear distinguished speaker, speakers and online talks guests, we are here today to discuss tools and tips for school children success. Despite on coronavirus pandemic, juniors movement is steady growing. And today we here with us have national skills leaders who are moving career guidance agenda forward. So please welcome Claire Verpalanke, project manager from Skills Talents from WorldSkills Netherlands. Alexey Fedoseev, functional manager of WorldSkills Juniors from WorldSkills Russia. Mankshay, technical delegate from Chinese Taipei. Jaikat Singh, WorldSkills India, head of state government. Welcome. Thomas Short, career advocacy manager from WorldSkills UK, and Mohamed Zudi from WorldSkills Asia, technical delegate and Department of Skills Development. So we have a high interest from countries and regions regarding juniors activities. And so we decide that format of the session will be best practice experience. Each country have really great practice, which can be considered as guide itself, how to set up and how to run juniors activities. All speakers will present holistic pictures of national system and share their country's unique solutions. So our sessions will be in two parts. One part is presentation from speakers, and the second part is questions and answers. For those who are in Zoom with us, you have a great opportunity to ask question by typing your question in Zoom, like country name and then question to your question. And for those who joined for us in live stream on YouTube, please type your question in YouTube chat. So let's start our session and our journey from Europe to Asia to collect receipts and ideas on our way. So I would like to invite Claire Verpalanke to share Netherlands experience and best practices.
Thank you, Alina. Well, good morning again to everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to tell about our Dutch projects. Before I will tell you something about Skills Talents, which we are here for, I will give you some background information about our school system and the mission of WorldSkills Netherlands and the challenges we face. What am I going to present in this presentation? Next slide. Well, just like I said, the mission of WorldSkills Netherlands, I will tell you some background about the school system in the Netherlands. I will give some details about the skills competitions and the format of Skills Talents. I will tell you about the challenges we face as WorldSkills Netherlands in organizing these projects, and I will tell you something about new initiatives we organize. Next slide. Well, our mission fits into the mission of the global organization of WorldSkills, not surprisingly. For more than a decade, we organize and develop skills competitions and events for promotion of craftsmanship and vocational education. We want to inspire, motivate, and challenge young people to develop a passion for skills and pursuing excellence. Well, how do we do that? We do that by organizing the skills competitions in the Netherlands. Next slide. Before I will tell you something about our skills competitions, I will tell you a little bit about our school system. I don't know if you can read it properly, but after primary school, depending on the advice and results on primary school, the child chooses their education route. There are three main routes, to keep it simple. Pre-university education, senior general secondary education. These two are theoretical. And then there's vocational education. Before going to vocational education in the Netherlands, you have pre-vocational education, in which children are educated in a wide range of skills. Next slide. Yeah. Pre-vocational education takes 4 years. It's for children between 12 and 16 years. They are orientating on different skills. You have different levels, which gives access to different levels in VAT. Next slide. Yeah. This is the VAT. It takes 2 to 4 years, and also in this one you have different levels. Next slide. Yeah, for VAT and pre-VAT, we organize skills competitions. Skills Talents is for pre-VAT, Skills Heroes for VAT. Skills Talents we organize since 2006. There are competitions for pre-VAT in the age of 15 till 16. So it's in their last years of their pre-vocational education training. Skills Heroes competitions are for VAT students in the age of 17 till 23. Skills Talents focuses more on development of talent and career orientation because they don't know yet what they want to do in the future. The focus of Skills Heroes is bringing out excellence in their skill. The schools are responsible for entering in these competitions, so we're depending on the teachers to see value in participating in skills competitions. Next slide. Yeah, like I said, Skills Talents is for pre-VAT students in the age of 15 and 16. About 20,000 pupils are entering these competitions nowadays. We organize 10 different competitions. It's a team competition. That's the difference between the competitions we organize for VAT. Skills Talents has a school selection, a qualification at one of our 8 host locations, leading up to the finals. The school selection is organized by the school itself. We provide assignments, manuals, and the assessment system, which is based on the international system. The qualifications are organized at the VAT schools. The VAT schools see the organization of Skills Talents as a promotion of their school for future students. And the finals is organized at our yearly national event, together with the finals of Skills Heroes. I tell you something about Skills Talents and Skills Heroes because we preferably combine these two because it grows both projects. Pre-vocational education in the Netherlands consists of 10 learning paths. In each learning path, Skills Talents develops and organizes a competition. Well, which ones? Next slide. Yes. As you can see, a wide range of competitions from the green competitions to media and design, but also the building and construction students. Next slide. Yeah, what do we get for results? Well, every year we are evaluating amongst the competitors, teachers, school boards, and experts. The results are on top of the list is discovering talent. What I find most beautiful of skills competition is that students always say that they have grown in their self-confidence and their personality. Some other advantages of participating in Skills Talents is that it's an extra training for their exams. So they are better prepared for their exams and they have better chances for the future in VAT or even in a job. We hope in the future more Skills Talents competitors will also participate in Skills Heroes when they start their next study in VNT, and that they keep on growing through skills competitions. And to reach these results, yeah, we still face some challenges. Next slide, please. Thank you. Well, we want to give every student the experience of skills competitions, but sometimes it lacks time for teachers because it's extra or they think their student can't win. Well, our opinion is that winning is not the main goal. Every student can benefit from participating in skills talents. The biggest challenge is to reach all students in pre-vocational education. Another challenge is embedding skills talents into the school system. Embedding in the school system is also a way to reach more students, so they are both related, these challenges. We are trying hard to embed skills competitions into the school system. For a lot of schools, the skills competitions still are seen as an extracurricular activity, and we want to have it integrated in pre-VAT. Another challenge we have is the involvement of businesses and employers and enterprises. We're working on that part as well with our account management. Next slide. Thank you. Well, how do we embed skills competitions? Well, the assignments of skills competitions are based on criteria for examination on pre-VAT. So the schools can use the competitions, especially the school selection, to replace tests and exams, which makes it easier to embed the competitions into the school. The pre-VAT schools also have a room in their curriculum to fill a part themselves. They're not totally free, but they can choose projects which meet a few demands. And skills talents fits in these demands. So the schools can use skills talents in that part of their curriculum. And now 25%, about 25% of the schools have participation of skills talents in their curriculum embedded. And we are focusing right now of increasing that amount. We do that by reaching out to both teachers and to school boards. From both sides, it will be easier to get it integrated into the school system. WorldSkills Netherlands has to find a way to convince the schools from both sides of the advantages of skills competitions. Well, for example, the skills activities are used to provide teachers and trainers with extra pedagogical and didactic skills, and new teaching strategies, but also it can be a national and international hub for further professional development of teachers and trainers. Well, how do we convince the schools of these advantages? We are organizing masterclasses, tutorials, and e-learnings in which we explain all the different processes. The last year, during the pandemic, we have shown that online activities work. So we hope with these we will reach more schools. Next slide. Well, during the pandemic, a lot of schools faced a lot of challenges regarding motivation amongst the pupils and students. In the Netherlands, especially the theoretical parts of the education were educated online for long periods. We therefore are developing accessible activities which all schools can use to motivate, inspire their students after COVID year. What do we organize? We organize challenges, skills challenges, which can be done in the class, and they are fun and short, but challenging. We hope to bring out creativity and excellence and give them a boost in their motivation. We organize masterclasses online and on-site on our events by experts. We want to organize meet and greets with professionals. We want to do interactive career orientation programs. We want to create more practice materials for skills competitions. We want to organize workshops and try our skills activities during our national event, Skills to Finals. Next slide. Yeah, let me tell you something a little bit more about the skills challenges. We are really far with organizing these challenges. Like I said, it are accessible assignments to motivate students after the pandemic year. We are still in it a bit, but okay. A challenge is a short assignment of about an hour that can be organized in the class. We organize assignments or challenges in about 35 different skills, and it can be done by both pre-VAT students as well as VAT students. And they also can be done by first years, or if you're already in the first year or in the fourth year of the study, it doesn't matter. We want to challenge all the students of pre-VAT. The skills challenges are developed by experts and all participants of WorldSkills and EuroSkills in collaborations with enterprises or organizations. We want to involve the all participants of WorldSkills and EuroSkills especially. The winner of the class can win a prize provided by a company in that area. There's no relation to the skills competitions we already organize, so you don't need to enter skills talents to do the challenge in your school. But of course, we hope that schools are getting acquainted with skills competitions and that they will enter our skills competitions, our main activity for WorldSkills Netherlands. I have a few examples of skills challenges. Hairdressing. The challenge is developed by a big hair product company, Keunen. I don't know if it's international, I think so. In a video message, the director of Keunen explains the assignment, what they have to do, and they can win some free cards for an event that is organized by Keunen. We have a challenge for a pastry that was developed together with a big chocolate brand, Tony Chocoloni. Students have to develop a new chocolate taste, but also the media and design students can do a challenge, and the assignment is then to design the packaging for a Tony Chocoloni bar. So these are a few examples how we organize the challenges. And next slide. Thank you. Well, these are some of the communication products for the skills challenges. Well, I hope you have a good idea about our activities for children in the age of 12 to 16. So mainly skills talents, and then a few new initiatives like the skills challenges. I'm really looking forward for the questions if you have any. And well, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Claire. It's great to experience how you develop skills talents and how you involve school children. Great, thanks. Find the way how to support your school children during pandemic. So that's, I think we will collect questions to you and come back later. And now we are moving more to Europe, and I would like to give the word to Thomas Short, for Skills Careers Advocacy Manager, to present for Skills UK experience. Thomas, floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen. So this is a presentation on how in the UK we are looking to really embed our careers advocacy programs and utilize them to inspire young people and as many young people as we can. So I just wanted to start with a bit of background as to WorldSkills UK in general. We have three key pillars of work that we shape all of our activities around. So the first is we call Innovate, and that's really how we're helping employers here in the UK through competitions by benchmarking some of the skills and the quality and the standards across the world and bringing that back into employers. And the second is around how we support educators here and actually how we bring back best practice from different countries and different nations. And we use that to deliver really high quality training and assessment for those educators. And the third pillar, which is very much the focus of the presentation today, is our Inspire pillar. And that's really how we are inspiring young people to really make the right decision for them and hopefully to choose apprenticeships or technical education. And I'll come on to that in a second and go into that in a little bit more detail. And so our careers advocacy program, as I mentioned, it very much sits under our inspire pillar. So essentially we are trying to inspire young people, no matter what their background or where they're from in the UK. We really want them to see apprenticeships and technical and vocational education as a prestigious career route. Here in the UK, that there can sometimes be misconceptions and stereotypes that something like an academic career route would be a better choice and is better for young people. And we're really trying to tackle those misconceptions and change perceptions around that by inspiring young people that have already chosen to do an apprenticeship or in a technical education route. And so how we inspire young people is really giving them access to high achieving role models who can really advocate for their job role. They are doing that job, they're in that sector, and they can really speak about the benefits of being in that job and really help to get young people excited about the potential of being in that job and choosing that pathway. We have a number of different products, and again, I'll come onto those in a second, but we try and make sure that all of our products are as relevant and inclusive and are really accessible to every young person in the UK to make sure that they all have access to this information. Our target for the coming year is to actually inspire 60,000 young people. Now, for the Careers Advocacy program, we define a young person as generally being between 14 to 19 years old. The reason for that is here in the UK, once you get to the age of 14, that's where you start to make decisions and make choices that will affect your education, your further education career, and ultimately will affect what job you end up going into. So we're really trying to give information and inspiration to young people who are making those decisions right now. We're trying to help them and support them to make the right decision that is right for them. And that's slightly earlier in the journey than our competitions framework, which starts from the age of 16 and upwards. So we're targeting a slightly younger audience of young people. And so the three products that I'm going to focus on today, the first one is around our role model resources and how we really help teachers by giving them access to our role models. The second one is around our digital event, which is called Spotlight Talks. And the third one is around our careers advice toolkit. Now, I would say these are our three main products, but we are always, I guess, looking for ways to innovate and ways to develop these products. And we've already, created additions and refined these products over the last few years. So I guess anyone that's watching this presentation, if you do want to get involved, and obviously feel free to ask any questions at the end, but if there are other ways that you think you could maybe utilize these products or would like to get involved, then please do get in touch. We're always looking for ways to really maximize our exposure, and we really want to support as many people as possible. So in terms of our role model resources, our role models are essentially former competitors. They're young people that have been through our competition framework, either at a regional level or a national level, or indeed at an international level. And what we do is we build career profile pages on our website that really feature those role models. We have a lot of different videos of those role models featuring footage of them at work, featuring interviews with those role models. And what we're really trying to bring them to life and make them exciting to young people so they get to access them and hear straight from that young person about what it is like to be in that job role. And also we have a range of different case studies that again really showcase the diversity of roles available here in the UK across all of the different sectors. The second product that I want to talk about is we call Spotlight Talks. This is a digital event. It was created last year as a result of COVID. I'm sure many of you had to rethink and redefine your delivery because of obviously the changing situations. We had to digitize a lot of our inspirational products, and this was the result of some of that innovation, really. The premise of the Spotlight Talks is that we're bringing together not only our own role models, but we're bringing together some of the leading employers and apprentices from some of the biggest companies in the UK to try and really inspire young people. We bring them together and interview them. We have a mix of pre-recorded content and live interviews where young people can ask questions a little bit like the event today. Since it was created last year, we've had over 30 inspirational speakers from leading employers. We've actually managed to register over 160,000 young people. In terms of the feedback from the first 2 events that we've had, 77% of young people reported being inspired by attending the event, and 87% of educators actually said that they were better able to advise their students on how to make the right career choice for them after attending. I should say that there is another spotlight event, a third spotlight event that is coming up on the 13th and 14th of October. Registration is actually now available. It is completely free of charge to register. And at the end of this presentation, there is a link to that registration. So I can make sure that that's kind of sent out to anyone that is interested in registering. And this is just a really positive quote from a teacher who attended the first 2 spotlight events digitally with her students. She said it was a fantastic opportunity for young people of all ages, especially during these difficult times, which was last year. She said it was really well received. And actually she did feedback to us that one of her students watched one of the talks around coding and computing, and actually went home and produced his own computer program as a direct result of the talks. And so the reason I included that quote is because I think that's a really nice a summary of what we're trying to do with our product. You know, we inspired a young person who watched one of our talks, who then went and actually did something off the back of it that he obviously, you know, got a lot out of. And so I think that's a really nice kind of summary of, the impact that we are trying to have through Spotlight. I've actually got a short video. So this is a promotional video, and it's the one that we send out to schools and colleges to try and engage them with Spotlight and get them to sign up. And it features some of the speakers that we've had. So fingers crossed this will play and you will be able to hear this. Please just bear with me 1 second.
Hello and welcome to World Skills UK Spotlight Talks, Inspiring Careers Excellence. How are you all doing? I'm Will Best, and I am really, really pleased to be here to help World Skills UK deliver this event, which is going out live to thousands of young people right across the UK.
As you can see, we have a real diverse range of speakers from organizations at the talks. And I should also say that all of the footage from the first 2 events is actually available on our website on demand. So please do feel free to go and have a look, and you can access any of that content free of charge on our website. And the third product that I would like to talk about is our Careers Advice Toolkit. Essentially, the Careers Advice Toolkit is a group of lesson plans that can be put together as a scheme of work. And it's to help teachers deliver careers advice lessons in their school or college. So it's really looking to support young people with employability skills and with careers information, and also with our own role models and our own expertise around competitions, and obviously that resilience and confidence that our competitions inspire. It was launched in 2019, and since then has engaged over 70,000 young people through educators. It's made up of 19 individual lesson plans. And the idea is that it can be very flexible. So if a teacher wants to use it as a whole scheme of work over a period of months, they can do, or they can just download an individual lesson and utilize that one at a time. And it can be used in any order as well. So we're really trying to make it as accessible as possible. And it is also mapped against relevant UK frameworks from leading bodies and our government to really give it validity and ensure that teachers are confident in utilising the lessons with their students, because it has that validity against those frameworks. So here is just a screenshot of a sample of a lesson plan. Each lesson lasts around 20 minutes long. It also has a lesson plan with a presentation and an activity to go along with it. As you can see, we make it as accessible as possible by telling the teacher what the learning outcomes are and also what resources are needed for that lesson to be delivered. So as I mentioned, just to finish, here are 3 of the useful links to those products. I would say that on our website, there is a lot more than just these 3. It's just that these are the kind of 3 that I wanted to focus on today. And as I mentioned, if anyone does want access or wants to have a conversation or has any more questions at all, please do come back to me at the end of this session. And also the next slide is my contact details. If anyone wants to get in touch separately, please do so. And also feel free to follow us on social media. Thank you very much, Alina. I will stop sharing my screen now.
Yes, thank you, Thomas, a lot. Thank you that you highlight one important point that all of us really have to think how to digitize our solutions now, because it will give us a chance to cover broader society and get involved more and more pupils. And thank you for sharing your tools, and not just which you use during skills competition, but also your continuous work on highlighting careers information. So that's really great. And now we are moving to Eurasia, and I would like to give a word to Alexey Fedoseev to share Russian way and in practice and in career guidance.
Hello, thank you very much, Alina. I want to share my presentation and show how we how we deal with the juniors in Russia. And actually, we have a long story with juniors. We started in 2014, and we started with competitions. Young competitors aged 16 years and under started to compete each other with the skills pretty similar to the skills we have in adult competitions. And it was very interesting to introduce these activities to experts, society, to schools. And now we have a pretty big community. We have more than 100 skills on our junior competitions. We have thousands of participants through all the country, and we include schools and school teachers in our activities, because this is the simplest way to get pupils to our philosophy and to our practices. We use the line of formats or products, and I would say that the idea is pretty similar to the one presented by Thomas, but we use not the word inspiration, but rather word awareness, awareness of career possibilities, awareness about educational perspectives for young people. Because we see the problem that a lot of young people just do not understand how to deal with future, how to deal with choosing the profession, trying particular activities to choose their future profession for their own. So that's why we run the line of products which increase the level of involvement and increase the level of awareness of participants of these formats or products. From the pretty simple video about career paths and possibilities and online test systems and recommendations, we go through professional trials, through the trial skill practices, through junior camps and for sure junior competitions, even worldwide, because we already have the experience of running this worldwide. And I will speak about these particular products a little so you can understand it more. We use the term and the product professional trial as a different story to trial skills, because when you see trial skill activity as a competition, it's always about fun. Trying it to just see how it's great to be here and etc. But we use the special technique, the special navigation technique besides this trial. So young people can not just try it, but also think about it, try and then reflect and understand how to deal with this, what to do next, what will be the next trial, and etc. So that's why we can run this online or offline, and we make the chain, the consequence of these trials for young people to help them choose their path, choose their career and education path in the future. The second big thing is training mentors. We work with professional communities, with people who understand technologies and can teach technologies. But it's pretty important to share the possibility, the ability to guide young people, because it's not the same thing with training technology. And that's why we created the program, the course for career mentors, for adult professionals who want to guide young people through their professional adventures and help navigate them and build the educational and career challenges and consequences path for them after that challenges. We think that it's very important to share this not just with professional community, but also with school teachers community, because there are a lot of times school teachers work with young people, and if they do not understand how to guide them, how to help them make next step, it will be not very effective. So that's why we run large online courses and trainings dedicated for school teachers as well as professionals. We run events and activities with deep involvement of young people. We call it junior camps, and it is very interesting activity for days or even weeks when young people join on the specific place and try different professions. They build their projects, and it helps them to go through the whole cycle and understand more about themselves and about the professions. We even have the experience of running such a camp online, but for sure the live in-person camps are much better for understanding their your own limitations and values. So the camp is a pretty popular thing, because parents, young people and school teachers like to have this activity to share it with their students. And for sure, we have very strong experience in competitions. We have a system of regional junior competitions. So every region in Russia have their own junior competition. And we have national level junior competitions. So we have this fundamental activities for national junior team in World Skills International competitions. And we already have participated and even organized the global junior competitions. So if you've been in Kazan in 2019, you've seen that it was pretty big popular activities, and 13 countries participated. And it's great that we can share this with other countries, and we hope that in the future we will see other online and even offline junior competitions, and we will meet there. So if you are interested in any of these particular projects and products and formats, you can ask me or Alina or Aliyah, so we will be helpful to bring it to your organizations. Thank you very much.
Alexei, thank you very much for joining, and thank you that you share Russian experience, and especially that you highlight the role of mentor as the one who navigate school children. And we really know that sometimes school children really needs like individual mentor who can step by step bring them to right career decision.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Thank you for this experience. And now we are moving from Eurasia to Asia, and I would like to invite Mengsheng from Chinese Taipei to share Chinese Taipei experience of how you integrate juniors activity in competition system and in education system. Mengsheng, floor is yours.
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mengshan Cai. I'm the Technical Delegate Assistant of Chinese Taipei. I work at the Skill Competition Section of Skill Evaluation Center, Ministry of Labor in Taiwan. Later in my presentation, when I talk about Taiwan, I talk about Chinese Taipei. Okay, let's see the let's see the content. The content I'm going to share today are, first, a glimpse of Taiwan skill competition. And second, how competition skills are selected in Taiwan. Third, skills learning and competition for junior in Taiwan. And the last, the challenge we face. Next. In Taiwan, the national skill competition was taking place since 1968 and be held annually. And there were first 14 skills and 268 competitors in the beginning. The goals of skill competition are not only evaluating competitor skills, but also encouraging young people to attend vocational educational and training. It's also the national contest to select qualified competitors to attend international skill competition. Last year in 2020, we celebrated our fifth national skill competition, as well as fifth year World Skill International membership. And in this year, the 51st National Skill Competition, there will be 52 skills and 13 skills categories for junior, and over 800 competitors will participate in this competition. Next. And Taiwan attend the organization since 1970 and joined the 20th International Vocational Training Competitions at the first time in 1971. Since then, Taiwan government has sent our competitors regularly to take part in the event, and their excellent performance has been widely recognized by the judgment from other countries. So in 1993, Taiwan first holds the 32nd IBCC in Taipei, and it has reached a great success. In 2020, Shanghai World Skill Competition, we will send 58 competitors to join in 51 skills competition. And next slide, please. And now we're talking about how competition skills are selected in Taiwan. And according to our policy, this principle we select the skill as follow. First, the skill required for national economy construction and development. And second, those that improve the living standard of people. And the third, skill with traditional cultural values. And fourth, those for which skill certifications are available. And the last, the participated included in World Skill competition and IA. And the next slide. And now let me introduce the Taiwan Junior Skills courses. And according to our law, the Primary and Junior High School Act, citizens between 6 and 15 years old age should receive primary and junior high school education. So to cater students' differences, learning interest, and the requirement, school should provide elective courses for grade 9 students to enhance their skill education. And it's not mandatory. So the next slide. So the juniors course contains 15 sectors, and our Ministry of Education select 15 skill sectors for junior. They are mechanical engineering, power mechanical engineering, and etc. As you can see in this slide. And there are many skills in a sector. Every school can apply for the what course they want to help and by the need of their student. So it might diverse and depends on every school who have these skill courses. And next slide. Thank you. And now let's take a look at the Taiwan education system. As the previous slide, our citizens between 6 and 15 years have to receive primary and junior high school education. So you can see in this picture, the elementary education is 5 to 15. Therefore, student takes they didn't learn any skill courses before 15, and student take skill course will not connect to a job. The goal of skill courses is to explore students' interest, to help them to find out what they like to do or what they don't, and trying to help students to make choice to go to a vocational high school or senior high school. And you can see the blue block is a picture, and most of our competitors are from the vocational high school. In fact, many students go to vocational high school because they need to work to support their family economy, or they could not meet the requirement of senior high school. And usually, vocational high school has a lower threshold in our country. So as you can see a cross mark here, students graduated from vocational high school also can apply for university. But since they do more training and then prepare for university, it's more difficult for them to compete with senior high school students. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Thank you. So let's go on and let's introduce how a junior high school student to join a skill competition. And the junior skill and a junior high school student, when they grade 8, they can apply for skill courses, and they have their skill courses in the first semester in grade 9. If the student is interested in go to a competition, and he can start training for competition in the winter break. And in the grade 9, the second semester, you can keep on studying the skill courses and also join the junior skill competition. And in the junior skill competition was organized by the local government, and the government will recommend the top 3 competitors to go to a national skill competition for junior, and which organized by Ministry of the Ministry of Labor. Okay, the next one. And finally, we will talk about the Taiwan National Skills Competition for Junior. There was no national skill competition for junior in Taiwan before 2018. When we learned that WorldSkill Russia and WorldSkill Asia was going to hold the skill competition for junior, Mr. San Guilin, our Vice Minister, also the board of WorldSkill International and WorldSkill Asia, think it's very important to encourage the junior high school student to know and learn skills. And that's the purpose we hold skills. So how to promote the skill, one of the good way is to hold a skill competition. So after many efforts and the negotiations with Ministry of Education and other departments, and we held a competitor selection for WorldSkill Asia Abu Dhabi competition in 2018. And the Taiwan regional and the national skill competition for junior from 2019 and will be held annually. And that's a milestone for junior competition in my country. And you can see that we have certain skills for junior and about electrical installation, web design, graphic design technology. And this skills, how we choose the skill is most because the Russia, WorldSkill Russia and WorldSkill Asia, the skill was included in the competition. And the next, please. And so there is a way, there is a role to the champion when we start the world champion, when we start to join the WorldSkill competition for junior. So we can see the age 14 to 16 students, they can go to the regional skill competition. Last year, there are about 200 competitors in total. And then the top 5 will go to the national competition. It's about 100 competitors. And the gold medal can go to the WorldSkill competition. And now it's the WorldSkill Asia competition for junior. The next, please. And there are the pictures of our national competition for junior. And it's painting and decorating, mobile robotic, and forestry. The next, please. And now the challenge. And the biggest challenge we have is the ideology of our society. What is it? It's to be a scholar is to be the top of society. So as we talked before, many students, they go to the vocational education because they need to work. So the parents don't want their student go to vocational high school. They prefer their children go to the senior high school and prepare for university and higher education because they hope their children have a higher social status. Then in this picture, you can see it's a traditional mindset. people, scholar, have a higher social status, and vocational education is not equal to a higher education. Even now, people think this way. So how to improve the social identity of skilled profession is the biggest issue we have. And thank you for your time.
Sheng, thank you a lot for sharing Chinese type experience, how you integrate skills activities to school's curriculum and how you manage to collaborate with skills competition. And it will be great to continue these topics within the Asian experience. And I would like to invite Mo Zudi to present the practice from Malaysia. So Zudi, could you please share with us? Floor is yours.
Thank you, Alina. Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you to WorldSkills Asia for giving the opportunity for me to share about the junior skills competition in Malaysia for developing Malaysian next generation. And we believe that through exposure to the skills competition at the early stage of the school children, we help them to identify their potential and further to assist them to choose the career for their future. Next slide, please. I will begin my presentation with some background of the junior skills and skills development in our secondary schools, and the objective and the benefits of junior skills competition. And after that, I will share the implementation experience at national and international level, and then followed by the challenges that we face and collaboration to conduct the skills competition, and finally is the way forward of planning for the future. Okay, next slide. Okay, some background. Junior skills competition was started in 2017, where the junior skill competition officially introduced at WorldSkills Abu Dhabi, UAE in 2017. And after that, WorldSkills Malaysia introduced our national competition for junior, and we'll name it as Junior Skills Malaysia. And in 2019, we first joined junior skills competition in WorldSkills Kazan. Okay, next slide. Okay, I will share some skills or technical skills development that introduced at the secondary school level. Generally, the secondary school level in Malaysia is for student age from 13 years old until 17 years old. And we have the first program is Science, Technology and Engineering and Mathematics STEM program that focus on promoting STEM amongst the student. And for example, the initiative under this program is Digital Maker Hub, that the selected school will provide with a lab with facility to cultivating digital creativity and innovation among students. The equipment such as CAD workstation, 3D printing, drone and robotics, robot equipment. And we also have a Digital Ninja program that students who have great digital making talents will be offer special program to develop their ability to develop some products in the IT or in the programming. And we have a technical secondary school that focusing on basic engineering, business and agriculture. The engineering is focused on electrical, electronic, mechanical and civil engineering. And we have a vocational college Vocational college is focused on TVET at yearly level, starting from 16 years old until 19 years old, and they offer certificate and up to diploma level in 4 years' time. And we have a technical stream under Mara Junior Science College. This is a STEM-based, they use STEM-based national curriculum that focus on robotics, mechanical engineering, and electrical engineering. These are the group of students that involved in this program will join our junior skills competition in Malaysia. Next. This slide shows that the main activity of the skills competition in Malaysia, we have a national level and international level. At international level, we join World Skills Competition since 1993, and we have World Ski Asia starting on 2018, and we join ASEAN Skills Competition for Southeast Asia Association, and we start the competition in 1995, and Malaysia is the first host country at that time. And at the national level, we have 3 main category of skills competition. We call it World Skills Malaysia Belia. Belia is youth, stand for youth. This is focused on for the youth age 21 years and below. And we already start this competition for the youth since 1990. And after that, we introduce the skills competition for instructor, or we call it World Skills Malaysia Pengajar. Pengajar is teacher or trainer in Malay. So this we start this competition in 2007 to improve the competency of our instructor, our trainer, especially in TVET sector. And also we have a junior skills competition. As the previous slide, we just introduced in 2018. This is focused for students age 15 and below. Focus on lower secondary school students. That is the overview of the skills competition in Malaysia. Okay, next. The objective, we introduce junior skills competition, first to cultivate interest among school students in skills training. So we aim to promote the skills training as a choice to students for their further their study after schools. And number 2, to encourage students to showcase their talents. Through this competition, we can identify the best talent for further support in competition or to further their education to the higher level. And we'll to recognize and rewarded for skills excellence among students. We have some kind of rewards and recognition I will discuss in the next slide. And number 4, we want to benchmark student skills to international standard, because our national competition are based on world skills standard. Therefore, that is the platform for them to benchmark the competency of our students. Next slide. I share some benefit that we gain from the skills competition. So the student will get opportunity to be trained by expert and professional in specific skill area. The expert that involved in skills competition are involved in national and international skills competition. They are from industry, from university, and from TVET institution. That is expertise in their skills area. That's good opportunity for students to be trained by them, and students get opportunity to learn new skills in a new method. Because in competition, the focus is on perfection of the job, quality of the work, functionality, and speed. So the student must learn a new way to achieve that kind of high quality of product or work they have to accomplish. And number 3, opportunity to compete at the international level. So the winner in the national competition, we will train and select for the international competition. And the benefits to the country towards creating a future-ready skilled workforce. Because according to Malaysia Talent Corporation, 65% children entering primary school today will end up with a completely new job that not yet exists. This is as we can observe nowadays, there are mega trend impact that focus on computer technology, engineering, data analysis, and IoT. So we have to prepare the youngster in our country a bit earlier. Next slide. So this is the implementation of our junior skills at national level. We have first junior skills in Malaysia in 2018. We start with 4 skills area as shown in slide: electrical installation, mobile robotic, graphic design, and IT software solution for business. And in 2019, our second junior skills competition, we offering 5 skills area. Next, in 2020, we don't conduct the competition because of lockdown due to the COVID-19. Is a global problem, I think. Next. Okay, for the 2021, we plan for 10 skills area. However, we still, because we in Malaysia, we are still under movement control order or MCO, and we need to plan for online competition for this year. We will try to run this 10 skill area this year. Okay, next. Regarding the recognition and rewards for the junior skill, we have some monetary reward to attract and motivate students to work for the high achievement. And we also give a certificate and medal. The involvement in skills competition in Malaysia can be considered as their co-curricular or their extracurricular activity, where they get credit or they get marks for the curricular activities, and this is benefit for their future. The extra point in extracurricular activity will give them better opportunity to further the study and to get the scholarship from some agency. And through the skills competition, the schools that represent by the competitor also we uplift their image in national and international level. Next slide. This is as our experience in international level. We start the junior competition at international level in Kazan 2019. We participate in 3 skills area, and we are very proud of our achievement that drone operating skill that got a bronze medal. And in 2020, we joined 7 skills area This is online national skill competition invitation by WorldSkills Russia. We joined for 7 skills area, and we continue in 2021. We joined 2 online competition, junior skills national skill competition WorldSkills Russia. We joined for two skill area, and for WorldSkills Asia skill game challenge for junior category, we joined in 4 skills area. So this we conducting in July and August this year. They are busy with preparation of joining this 2 skills competition. Okay, next. This some photo that our involvement in skills competition for junior at international level. Okay, next. And in conducting the skills competition for junior, we are facing some challenges. For example, we are limited number of skills area that can be introduced for school children at the age of 15 years and below, because we are difficult to introduce hard skill like wall and floor tiling, bricklaying, welding, and we focus more on skills like based on computer, electronic, robotics, and some hospitality or service skills such as cooking, bakery, pastry. And we also currently still facing COVID-19 pandemic. We are still teaching and learning from home. So that's a challenge for us to conducting skills competition. And however, we try our best to run online competition. And we hope that this problem will solve and we can get back to normal to continue our activity as planned. And the challenge also to attract more school children to join junior skills competition. We plan for collaboration with parents and teacher association, collaboration with student club and student society, such as robotic club, arts and craft, cooking club. That is the challenge, some of the challenge that we are facing. Next. In conducting skills competition, we have a strategic cooperation with other parties, such university. We have some university that collaborate with us, and we have various TVET institution in Malaysia, and we also have a collaboration with industry, like Proton is our national car industry, with hotel, with saloon, and some other industry. And the scope of collaboration include the expertise from the industry and from the university for specific skills area, and we can share to use the equipment and machinery from the industry and the institution. And the institution or industry also the venue for skills competition. And we also collaborate in training the competitor for the preparation to represent Malaysia to international competition, and also training for competition coach. And this year we plan to expand this collaboration among university and industry and focusing on the future skills. And this year we'll plan to introduce WorldSkills Malaysia University Challenge. That the first we collaborate the University Challenge under WorldSkills Malaysia. Next. And these are some way forward or our planning for the future. We will increase the information to attract more students to join the junior skills competition. And number two, in future, we focus on future skills. This is in line with our Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint, that 10 years plan up to 2030. That the strategic thrust is to build agile and competent digital talent through the strategy to integrating digital skills into education at primary and secondary level. So we hope that this skills competition activity, we support the expected outcome that students with ability to adapt, create and innovate with the digital technology. And we also plan for preparation of competitor for future skills, for future world skills competition through these junior skills, because the junior skills is participate among 15 years. So they have 7 years for the preparation to the world skills competition, that maximum age of 22 years old. And we also to increase our partnership and collaboration with industry and with university. Next. Okay, before I finish my presentation, as conclusion, developing young generation is crucial, important to our nation. And we believe that if we want to see the future of our country, we have to look at our young generation today. With that, thank you for your attention.
Luigi, thank you very much for sharing Malaysia experience. Thank you that you highlight that cooperation with different institutions is very important, and especially that we should to collaborate with industrial partners, that our skills program will be linked to industrial needs as well, and school children will understand their career path, not just regarding how to get skills, but also how to be employed later on. And I would like to give the floor to Jaikant Singh. Jaikant, could you please share your Indian experience? You find the way how to set up new initiatives all around India in new era during the pandemic. So could you please share with us? Because a lot of countries have the question how it's possible to start juniors during pandemic, and I think that your experience can inspire other countries.
Thank you, Alina. I just heard the speakers. I think most of the challenges are same as they are facing in other countries, and same are the aspirations. India is in an evolving stage today when we talk of the education system. Last year, Government of India has come out with a new education policy. Alia, would you be putting up the presentation, please? So last year, India came up with a new education policy wherein skills of vocation have been made compulsory from class 6 onwards. If I have to give you an overview of the population, it's around 260 million people who are into the skill ecosystem up to class 12. So it's a big population to be addressed, a big number of kids, parents to be nurtured, mentored, to value the importance of skills, because only education without experience, knowledge without experience is of no use, and we have seen this and the world is noticing that, and that's how the importance of skills is being recognized, experienced worldwide. So though during the COVID times when the schools and everything were on a shutdown mode, considering the new education policy, we thought that how do we integrate our school system with the skills? Before anybody else could do something, the World Skills team thought the easiest thing to do is let's do a competition, which we were planning earlier as well. And as the education system also got open to this idea, we thought that let's try to do a pilot, because whatever we do in India, the scale is too big. So we identified one certifying body of Government of India, which is called Central Board of Secondary Education. And you see, it has got 24,000 schools affiliated to it across the country. Now, if I say, when I said the World Skills team, World Skills India is entrusted with the following activities. We are responsible to do the state level, regional level, national level competition, do the selection for the World Skills team in India. We also engage with the industry and the academia for facilitating the training, identifying the right resources, the trainers. So having mentors, experts. So the entire skill ecosystem for competition has to be taken care of us. Motivating youth for participating in this competition or getting into the vocational education is of prime importance, and every country we just heard is struggling with it. How do we make the skill aspirational? How do we make the skill respectable? Champion skills and learning for work through local, regional, national, and international skill competition. So we are trying to make skills popular at all age group. When we talk of a schools ecosystem, we are talking from the age of 5 to 16. 16 onwards, we have got the World Skills Competition participation, which is India Skills Competition. So basically, currently we have got two formats. One is the junior skill and the other will be the senior skills, which is the India Skills. So first time last year, we thought that let's start to conduct a junior skills competition along with one of the prime education system body, which is called Central Board of Secondary Education. Now we planned to do it from class 6 to class 12. It had multi-pronged objective. A, how do we make skills? How do we make skills popular right from the beginning of the career of a kid? So they become accustomed to, they make aware about, they start to know what a skill is and how a skill is important. It's not only education. And how are they going to benefit? How are they going to relate skills in their own life, day-to-day life, in their career, in their future, in their earning? So a skill is part of every stage of life. So making them aware about the importance of a skill through junior skills competition, we thought is the easiest way to do. And that's how we started this competition first time in the country. Next, please. So if you see who are our target segment, the school children, their parents, the teachers, and the industry. Till date, education and industry were two different entities not talking to each other. They could only meet when one gets a certificate, one becomes ready to the age of employment. That's how after education, one looks up toward the industry. But then it's totally black for a young guy going directly from a school or a college campus to an industry and start working. So I think with this exposure to skill ecosystem, skill competition, we are connecting them to the industry gets connected to the school, and they start to know each other, and it's not a ghost term when they grow up in life and they have to work. So in education system, you see there is a lot of theory and there is no exposure to work. You may have scored very high marks theoretically, but then you lose sight to work. You are totally abandoned or distanced from the real life of the world. So again, we felt that our school system should be exposed to practical learnings as well. Maybe industry visits, maybe talk from the industry experts. So they get connected. And historically in the past, India had similar school education system, which we call the Gurukul system. And it wasn't based on, the 12 months that you be in a class for 12 months and you get graduated to the next class. The Indian Gurukul system talked about that if you learn the skills, then you get promoted to the next. So somewhere in the process, in the past, we lost that. But with the importance of skills gaining across the world, I think we are back. We are trying to bring back the old glory. New technologies are coming up. So again, we have to adapt ourselves today more frequently. With we don't have time to think around as technology changes every second. So these were the new things which we wanted to bring a paradigm shift in the mindset of the children, the school ecosystem, and the industry. Next, please. So what were the drivers and barriers for the junior skills? Drivers, the new education policy, focus on building a future which is ready skills, use the technology. As I said, technology is changing very fast, and so skilling, upskilling, and reskilling is becoming very important. And the mindset of our future generation has to be tuned and attuned so that it doesn't come as a surprise to them. They should take it as a part and parcel of their life, that the entire life they have to skill themselves, they have to upskill themselves, they have to reskill themselves. So making them mentally ready and open about this learning of skills. So as I said, there is a cultural shift in the entire education ecosystem, changing the mindset, digital connectivity. We have got some areas who are well connected. We have got very remote areas where even today we do not have the reach of digital connectivity. Lack of resources. Obviously, in a country like India, you don't have good quality of teachers available all across the government schools. And lack of active industry engagement. Another very important area. We have got large number of populations and lower number of jobs available. So industry engagement has to be activated and scaled up. Next, please. So what was the junior skill model? Exposure to a student, as I said, to explore and exhibit the passion for vocational skills, encourage students to showcase their talent, learn skills in a completely new way. So making skill aspirational, people should understand the importance. Again and again, I'm repeating this because India lacks this at a society level. We have to inculcate a new culture in our society that only education is not going to build your future. You need to align yourself. You need to understand the importance of skill. How do we do it? We brought together industry, we brought together professionals, our past world skill winners, India skill winners, all those people, we brought them on a platform. We asked our world skill winners to visit to schools, and these young kids who had won world skills competition, they were equally buoyant about reaching out to school because they get an opportunity. Many of them themselves had not visited to completed their school. So they feel that though they have not got a certificate from a good schools, but now as ambassadors of youth, because they won the world skills competition, they would be going back and becoming ambassador. They would be telling their success stories. So it was a good glory for them. So all my past winners were very excited to be part of this program. Awareness about career choice. world skills. So by promoting these winners, we also promoted the world skills competition, how important it is. And these people also help them to take a decision that they could consider plumbing as their career. They could consider masonry as their career, because they can also take you to glory and they can also give you revenue, earning. So tools and techniques, as we said, counseling we did, virtual boot camps, digital seminars we have done, orientation and technical webinars with the school teachers. So how did we plan to reach out? So we advertised. It was there for almost 5 months. We had opened for registrations because we have to reach out to across the length and breadth of the country. We held several seminars and webinars through the Central Board of Secondary Education. They issued notification to all their school principals that they should participate in these webinars. And you could see the result that we had 20 million registrations done. Then we had to do the capacity building of the principals, of the teachers. We also tried to do some career counseling through webinars, panel discussions. Virtual boot camps have been planned after the first round. We have just completed the first round. The second, third, and fourth round are yet to come. So after the elimination first round, we are going to conduct virtual boot camps for all the shortlisted candidates who are going for the next 3 rounds. Next, please. So this gives you an overall canvas of the junior skills which we planned, reasons for action, the concept, the goals, the pilot project scope, the deliverables. So if you see, lack of awareness was one of the things. Low exposure, there was no exposure of young kids to what world skills is all about. What is a skill an important tool or a factor in life, future life? The vocational ecosystem was totally unattractive because there was no awareness. There were no ambassadors. Right person, wrong job, as we all see that if you don't choose your career properly, you lose sight in future. So these were some of the prime things which motivated us that let's catch the kid young and we train their mind. As I told you, the new education policy talked about it. And today we have got, in alignment to the new education policy, the 2 ministries of education and skills have been put under one minister to bring in proper synergy. So India is totally focused to bring education and skills together right from the school level to higher education. And we have begun the journey. So pilot, as we said, we have started. It is being done in a hybrid model at 20 million registration. First round, we have 70% elimination, which will happen. It was completely done online, digital method. We completed it last Monday. We are now ready for the second round. Our system, our digital infrastructure was so good that it was 60 questions in 60 minutes. And it was very easy for the computer, for the solution to provide, do the assessment online. The results were also provided online. Next, please. So these were 4 levels of the competition. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 1, as I said, got completed last Monday. That was the screening round, or I say the elimination round. 30% of the candidate of overall the registration we had will go for the second round. And in between, we are conducting webinars, boot camps for all the shortlisted candidates who will be going for the second round. And you will be happy to know that we have shortlisted 10 trades in this first pilot round of our competition, junior skills competition. And for each trade, we have identified an industry partner. For each trade, we have identified an industry partner who takes the complete responsibility of developing the course curriculum. We have connected experts, world skill experts also with these industry partners who help them to develop the content, the questionnaires, and also what webinars they would conduct, how are they going to promote skills amongst the potential students. So these 15 days, you will see a lot of webinars happening, connecting, training them, giving them exposure, what the next round would be like. Then we have got the third round, and the fourth round, we will have the final round where it will be a physical competition. The final round, we will have only 8 candidates shortlisted, and from the 8, we will have a winner. So final round will be held on 18th September, and the selected candidates will have a lot of prizes. Can we go to the next slide, please? So let me give you what these 10 trades are. And as I told you that from class 6 to class 12, there will be competitions happening on these 10 trades. For each trade, we have got an industry part identified who owns it, and they conduct the webinars. They talked about the importance of the skills in their own industry. However, based on the maturity level of each of the class age group, we have classified, we have grouped it into 3 different groups, group 1, group 2, and group 3. So if you see web technology, we found it suitable for class 9, 10, and 11, 12. Painting and decorating, we found that even class 6 to 8 students can take it up, and our understanding was very correct. Lot many class 8. Digital photography, another, though it is not part of the world skills, we have taken digital photography as one of the trades. So if you see, except digital photography and innovative business idea, all other trades are part of world skills competition. So one of our thought process was to align junior skills with world skills competition has also been met, because we are trying to promote world skills, and so were the question patterns. So we have engaged the experts. So align the junior skill competitions with the world skills so that these people grow and they participate in the world skills also in future. Next, please. So we talked about boot camp with the students. Let's say, I will give you an example of mobile robotics. Day 1, we will have the introduction and basic of electronics, current voltage. So these are the things which we cover. We brief the students about on day 1. Day 2, you have got circuit trigger. So it's all presented. A demo is done for the students, wherein they are given exposure about this. So day 3 and day 4, these are 4 days boot camps which we do for the junior skill students. So it is done through webinars, through YouTube, technical presentations, and students will have immersive experience through hollow world. So we have got a robotics organization which has got a 3D presentation, through which we do a 3D presentation, and people will have an immersive learning. We can share the detailed presentation, whosoever wants to see that immersive learning platform. Next, please. So as I said, what is the incentive to the winners? We will give them a medal. We have planned a visit to Shanghai to all the winners. Obviously, they will be recognized. Their names will come in the newspaper and the news media. Certificate obviously will go. The industry has offered sponsorship already. So many students will be sponsored for higher education or education in their ecosystem. So that industry sponsorship has already come in. We have also fixed cash rewards for the winners, first, second, and third. Next, please. So this, we have tried to give you a picture of how is junior skill going to impact. So which are the different stakeholders who are going to be impacted? The students, the schools, the industry, and obviously the skill ecosystem and the economy of the country. So if I only need to talk about the students, they are being exposed to the importance of vocations. This will help them if they are exposed to the vocations, then they can have a choice to choose their career. They can develop new skills. We are inculcating them to a competitive and social participation, opportunity for experiential learning, recognition of talent, possibility of representing India in future. So this is how we are trying to motivate them. And so will be their parent. Schools, obviously, as I told you that the new education policy has come in. It is now where India is going to make it compulsory for vocation to be introduced from class 6 onwards in all the schools. So the the teachers, the principals, all of them have to be trained and aligned to the vocational ecosystem, for which again our world skills students who have been participants who have been there, the experts who have been there, they are going to play a significant role. They will have a big opportunity to enter the school premise and train the teachers, train the principals, and maybe going forward, many parents will come forward to understand the importance of a skills ecosystem. So capacity building opportunities at a school level is likely to come up very soon. Counseling will be another area which will have so much of demand in the country. Industry obviously gets an opportunity to influence the skilling ecosystem. Till now, they had no entry over there. Ensure students and future workforce are aware of the career opportunities. Till now, there is no informed decision about careers happening in the country. No students are informed that which career suits them and where they have their future better. Associate with future world skills competitions, obviously, as I said, the winners, we are taking them to their schools as ambassadors and they talk about their success. Contribute to the national skilling goals. We have the country has a huge target, the government has a huge target to skill 400 million people in the country, those in the school ecosystem and outside the school ecosystem. And obviously what the country gets out of it, recognition to skills, mainstreaming, which the government is struggling to mainstream the skill ecosystem as education system. New education policy gets a big support. Create pipeline for talents for future for the world skills competition, and establishing industry academia partnership, which is of very high importance. And if you see that if a country wants to prosperous, industry and academia should work together so that experience and knowledge goes side by side, so that the application of knowledge on ground and in future is possible. Next, please. So as I told you, this year it was a pilot competition in a very controlled environment. Next year onwards, we have seen a lot of traction amongst all the boards, certification boards in the country. So we will make India Skills Junior a pan-India event open for all between the age group of 11 to 16. We had only 10 trades. So if you see, we will open to many more trades next year onwards. Alignment of world skill occupation standards, though we tried to do it this time, but as more and more skills will come up, we'll align all the competitions. We had 4 rounds of competition this time, maybe because of the COVID, but next year onwards, maybe the format we will change so that we are completely aligned with the world skills competition format. Capacity building, we require many more experts and jury So capacity building of principals, schools. We have seen that a lot needs to be done in this country to bring all the principals and schools on board, and so are the teachers. Next, please. So our learnings and plan for future is make junior skill the most popular competition in the country. Let all the schools follow up with World Skills India team to be part of the school, the junior skill competition. Have more and more industry partners actively participating and contributing. We should have professionals who takes, we need to have many more mentors. We want to introduce the mentoring model in the school ecosystem. We want to have the counseling for right from class 6 to class 12 and even upward higher education, because counseling we have found is very, very important, which will help them to pursue a career. And even for doing that, we need so many mentors. And then industry participation is required. We have to take the junior skill competition and make it a mass movement in the country. I don't think it's a one-day exercise. It will take 3-4 years to do this if we work day and night for this. And we need the support and cooperation. Thank you, Alia, for arranging this. I think we had a lot of learning from other countries' presentation, and we have taken some good ideas and we will try to implement it. I think the idea of online trial and professional trial is something very exciting, and we will have industry coming forward definitely in the country to help us out and promote this culture in the school ecosystem. So we'll connect with Thomas Shirt and others who have brilliant ideas to take it into our ecosystem. Thanks a lot, Alina, for facilitating this. Look forward to more such events in future.
Thank you, Jaikant. Thank you that you share not just short plans regarding career guidance activities, that you share with us all Indian plan how to increase and bring skills to schools. So thank you that you are sharing. I hope that all of us who are here will find the way how we can collaborate together. And now we have part regarding questions and answers. And we have active discussion in YouTube. And this discussion is mostly about that education system and schools provide old programs. And all of speakers make a presentation regarding how our activities among core skills community, and especially regarding juniors and school children, help with career navigation. And the question is, and could you please share experience in short, like in your country, like some examples that the program and the tools which you just present really link to real sector of economy. So it's a question to all speakers. So just short example which you can highlight. So we will kind of show that we are following industrial needs in our work. So let's ask as a question to all speakers. Let's start from Cleo. Cleo, could you give short answer, please?
I don't know if I get the question right, but when we develop all the assignments, we involve the industry, of course. Now we have also discussions with in groups with experts, writers of the assignments, and the industry itself, and they determine together what the future is of the assignment of the skills competitions. So that brings it that the assignments of the skills competitions are good for the students to be prepared on the professional practice. Is that a bit of the answer they're looking for?
Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope, yeah.
And Thomas, could you bring your position?
Yeah, sure. I think bridging the gap between education and standard curriculums and employers is always difficult, and it is an ongoing challenge. The way that we try and overcome that challenge, I think, is is to engage employers as much as possible in everything that we do. So with our national competition framework, we have organising partners who support us with their expertise and industry expertise. I think it's probably unfair to expect teachers in schools and colleges to have that up-to-date information. And so what we try and do is give them the access to those employers, and really incorporate and take, I guess, that expertise and those learnings to make sure that everything that we put out to young people has that in there. So we're trying to bridge the gap between the teacher and the employer by giving the teacher resources that incorporates that expertise. A good example would be with our careers advice toolkit and the lesson plans that we give to teachers. We offer sponsorship opportunities to industry experts to come in and actually develop modules with us. So for example, Accenture, who are a big digital company here in the UK, we've just developed a module that is specifically around entry into the digital sector and different job roles in the digital sector and how to get that. And I think that's a really good example of us, using Accenture and their expertise and almost their up-to-date information and aligning that to our education expertise and building a resource that then is really useful and valuable for teachers.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Zudi, could you give your opinion, please?
Okay, Alina, I observed that Malaysia and most of country, we have two types of education pillar. We have TVET that focusing on hands-on and on vocational, and we have academic pillar that focusing on knowledge and critical thinking development. But I think that industry nowadays, some of the skill area are very difficult to distinguish the academic and the TVET. What's important is we can produce that the workforce that can contribute to the industry. For the example, maybe in manufacturing industry, we have to produce that people that can able to operate the machine, not only know how the machine is work. And this is one of the challenge. I think we have to find that for skills competition also, we have to find the people that have hands-on ability and knowledge. The two elements that important in the skills competition, and integrating the skills competition into the schools, I think is very, very good and very useful for the future workforce. That's the schools children not only get the academic 100%, and they will exposed to hands-on skills that current trend in the industry. I think that's all my comment.
Thank you, Zudi. Jaykant, would you like just to give key point regarding how you collaborate with industry? Jaykant, please switch on your mic.
Thank you, Elena. So as we said, there is a huge gap. Education and skills, they don't talk. The vocational system doesn't talk to each other. Whereas the objective of both of them are education gives you knowledge and skills gives you the opportunity to demonstrate the applicability of knowledge for a social good and bringing economic value. If we don't make use of knowledge for the social good and economic value, it's of no use. So people may have read books, gained knowledge, but if they don't know how to use it for the social or the service to the human being, the mankind, it's of no use, and it doesn't help him or the society at large. So skills, how will they develop? People should get exposed. So through the junior skills, we are trying to imbibe, we are trying to inculcate and give exposure to the young kids, train the mind of the young kids that through industry visits, through mentorship, through exposure to classes or online learning of kids, giving industry experts to talk about it. So all these things will bring the mind of the kids nearer to the industry, nearer to the facts of world life which they have to see in future. And I'm sure for that, skill competition is the easiest method to scale it up, because any other method won't be experiential. If you conduct a skill competition, it makes you learn and unlearn things. You undergo an experience, and that's how you train your mind to get used to the vocational and skills ecosystem. So
okay, thank you, Jaykant.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I would like to thank all the speakers who come today to share your brilliant experience and your next steps. So I really hope that we will collaborate further all together, and that all other countries and Russian regions who will get access to watch these recordings will be happy and get new ideas. And just to remind all of us what kind of highlights we have today. So here is highlights which comes from all of you. So thanks a lot for this inspirational discussion. And also I would like to say thank you, Alia, who bring us together, and to say thank you to our translator, and to Alexandra and Anna, who also assist us today. So thank you very much. So let's close the session for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.